I collided with the car behind me and my whole car slammed into the barrier. Everyone thought I was done for, but to me that crash was like a miracle, a spark of hope. The car was damaged, but the engine was still alive. As long as I could get it back to the pits, I could keep racing. The accident brought out the red flag, and the race was stopped for 10 minutes. The order stayed the same, and everyone had to slow down and return to the pits. Because our team hadn't made the top 10 in qualifying, only Joshua and I were allowed to switch to fresh tires. That gift from the heavens instantly turned our disadvantage into the only advantage on the grid. Based on the standings before the crash, all cars rolled out of the pit lane. Behind the safety car, the leaders were finishing their final tire warm-ups. Hamilton was first, Leclerc second, Joshua third, and I was right behind him. 3 laps to go. This was all or nothing.
Tell JP to follow my lead.
Joshua, Sonny says to follow him.
Right after the team finished talking to Joshua, I floored it and overtook him, pulling ahead so he could catch my slipstream. He quickly closed in on the Ferrari. I gave up my spot again, pushing him forward.
Come on, kid, get it! Come on!
Hayes plays the decoy, and Pierce rockets past Leclerc, and up into second. And Leclerc's in danger from Sonny Hayes.
Together, we made the pass. The podium was secure, but both Joshua and I knew the goal wasn't the podium, it was Hamilton. As we entered the DRS zone, we attacked together, boxing Hamilton in on both sides. He held us off through the first corner with flawless defense, but we kept the pressure, one on each side, pinning him in the middle.
Go in it, kid.
Whoever attacked first would give the other the chance to pass. Hamilton launched his move on me, snatched back second, and went straight after Joshua.
Come on!
Only 1 lap remained. Joshua and Hamilton collided and both were out of the race. That crash put me into the lead. Leclerc was right on my tail. In this final lap, I couldn't afford a single mistake.
Sonny, you did it! We won!
I pretended I was going into the pits for a tire change, but just when everyone was ready, I suddenly swerved and went straight back onto the track. I had tricked the cars behind me into pitting. Instead of pushing forward, I deliberately drove into the gravel, blowing out my tires. That forced marshals to clean the sand off the track, which meant the safety car had to be deployed. That's when I finally went into the pits. The front pack was stuck behind the safety car, their rhythm completely disrupted. Many cars had no choice but to pit as well. The team immediately told Joshua to push hard and gain positions. Meanwhile, I deliberately delayed my pit exit, timing it so I came out right in front of Verstappen. Then I slowed down, wasting time for Red Bull and Ferrari. While I blocked Verstappen, Joshua had already climbed to 4th. Every second I could hold Verstappen back gave Joshua more hope of reaching the podium.
Damn, he's good.
Sonny Hayes looking carefully in his mirrors. He must let Max Verstappen through.
Yeah, I deserve that.
And Max shows his disapproval.
But on lap 46, heavy rain suddenly poured down. Joshua could already see the taillights of the car in 3rd. Now the big question was whether to switch to intermediates. The team analyzed that 2nd and 3rd would most likely pit to play it safe. But if Joshua pitted too, his shot at the top 3 would vanish. So he decided to gamble and finish the last 7 laps on slicks. If the cars ahead went into the pits, he'd jump straight into the top 3. Sure enough, both Ferraris pitted and Joshua grabbed 2nd place. When I heard the news, I quickly pitted and told the team I wanted intermediates. The choice of tires didn't matter. What mattered was blocking Verstappen again.
How far behind me are they?
30 seconds.
Oh my God, he's gonna take out Verstappen.
Let me know when they hit the main straight.
Don't tell him! They penalized both cars. They would take the win away.
Just trust me, will you?
I'm pushing, but I can't catch him. Now.
Finally, Hayes back out onto the track and just in front of Verstappen.
I wasn't stopping him from overtaking outright. Instead, I used my car's dirty air to disrupt him. In just 2 corners, he lost a few tenths of a second. And that tiny delay was all Joshua needed to spot his taillights. I stayed in between them, not letting Joshua pass yet, keeping him right on my tail. Through a series of corners, I began to accelerate like crazy with Joshua locked onto me. We were like 2 hungry wolves, pushing our cars to the absolute limit, waiting for the perfect moment to devour Verstappen.
Pass! Overtake!
Copy!
He's been gaining. Joshua Pierce slingshots past Sonny Hayes.
I warned my teammate, if you're going to pass Verstappen, it has to be on the straight.
The rookie attacks in 11.
No!
Red Bull. His wheels ahead for the first time ever.
I was the first to pull Joshua out of the car. Thankfully, he got medical treatment in time and his life was no longer in danger, but the burns would take a while to heal. The entire team fell into silence and confusion, and I became the target of the media. They said I was the one who insisted Joshua use dry tires. Others argued that even if he had overtaken on the straight, the accident would have happened anyway. Soon, the Dutch Grand Prix kicked off. Kate finally had my new racing gear ready, but because of the violations and the crash in the previous race, our team was penalized to start from the very back.
And as for this week's Plan C...
Plan C? Plan C's for combat.
Starting last, I quickly overtook our own reserve driver. With Kate's new design, I climbed to 9th on the final lap and brought home 2 points for the team. By the time we reached the Japanese Grand Prix, I had fully adapted to the upgraded car. With the extra acceleration in the corners, I managed to squeeze out a 0.3 second advantage every lap.
Scrapping away on the last lap. Sonny Hayes gets the inside line, but he can't quite get past. George Russell will hang on here for 6th place, but this is Apex GP's best ever finish.
In the end, I finished 7th, adding 6 more points for the team. At the Mexican Grand Prix, Red Bull's Perez and Ferrari's Leclerc collided in the very first round. I seized the chance and fought my way forward. Facing a dominant Ferrari ahead, I refused to back down. I held the inside line, timed my exit perfectly, and cleanly left him behind. On the final lap, I held off McLaren's relentless attack, crossed the finish line, and finished 5th, earning 10 more points. On the podium, Verstappen and the others celebrated their victory, but inside the Apex team garage, the joy was just as loud. No one had expected me to score 19 points in only 6 races. Now with 3 races left, I know this. If I can win just 1 Grand Prix, not only will my dream come true, Ruben's team will survive. I hadn't even finished the first lap when I managed to hold off 5 cars behind me.
Here comes the Alpine down the inside contact.
That collision almost took me out early, but luckily I steadied the car just in time. By lap 11, Joshua was 15 seconds behind Verstappen in first place. I told the team to remind him to stay within 20 seconds while I fought off Kevin's attack on my side. Our cars were practically glued together, and I held the outside line as hard as I could. Kevin tried to force his way in, but his front tires locked up and he slammed into my right rear wheel. I had no choice but to pit early, though thankfully the tire change time was still acceptable. Up ahead, it was Joshua's turn to pit, but the team told him to stay out. When the front pack started pitting, he'd be able to take advantage of the time gap, move into the lead, and then deliberately slow them down to give me time to catch up. By lap 25, Joshua was the only driver who hadn't pitted. He successfully took the lead and began holding off Verstappen behind him. Meanwhile, I blasted down a long straight, opened the DRS, and went full throttle. I overtook cleanly without losing any speed and kept chasing. As the laps piled up, Joshua's tires were heavily worn. Under Verstappen's constant pressure, Red Bull finally got past him. Then Leclerc came charging in, cutting inside with fresher tires and pushing Joshua wide. Against 2 top drivers like that, he had done everything he could. The team immediately called him to pit, and this time the timing was perfect. He only dropped to 6th, still with a shot at the podium. In the second half, the front pack would pit again. I kept pushing and broke into the top 10. Soon Ferrari in 3rd decided to pit early, and my chance arrived. With precise control and a 0.5 second advantage, I just managed to get out ahead of them. But Sainz panicked under the pressure, tried to dive inside, locked his front tires, and crashed straight into the barrier. I seized the opportunity to pass.